Hello, welcome back. I'm Dr. George Mochocki. This is a fully online class, blended class, or a face-to-face class that you're taking me with. This is Marketing 106, Retail Management or Merchandising, how to run and operate or what to look for in the store, whether you're a buyer or a seller, or whether you're a manager or you're in your own innovative ways and you want to create your own boutique. Create your own retail store. Doesn't make a difference. You got the right class here. So we're going to be covering Chapter 9. This is offered by Harper College. We're going to be talking about trading area analysis. Now, the next few chapters going forward, we're going to be talking about selecting the site. Then we're going to talk about how we're going to set up the product line, product mix, how we're going to make the atmosphere, and then find out information. Before we go into this, we've got the idea, we've got the backing. Now, what we have to do is where are we going to open up? So, part of going to college here at Harper or other community colleges that you're going and you're learning about retail merchandising is where am I going to locate it? You already got the name and everything else. So now you're going to look at some of the research. What you're going to do, you're going to look at trading analysis. What's happening is even though you think you have a unique product, there could be somebody else that may have a substitute product, not their main product line, just that they carry something. If I'm looking at coffee, do I only go to Starbucks? No. I could go to Dunkin' Donuts, I could go to McDonald's. There are other things, but maybe my coffee is the unique coffee from I'm from Poland. I don't know if they make coffee, but let's say from Poland. I never heard of Polish coffee, so here I am. So I'm finding that I've got that, but now where I'm still competing against other coffee makers, other people doing similar services. So here we're going to look at some visualizations. We're going to look at where the location. Do I want to be the mixed centers thing? Do I want to be a strip mall? Do I want to be, for lack of better words, when we looked who's my competitor, how far are my customers willing to come to my business, how much am I saturated, how many other things, how many other competitors are out there. Right now, from a small business perspective, you're doing this all visually. You're doing this by looking at YouTube. You're doing this by doing some search in Google, finding out demographics, looking at the villages information, looking at who's your competition. It's all visualized. The book will show you some software that a lot of companies utilize that will do that for you. It'll take the census, it'll take information and then throw it in it. The book will also give you some formulas. I know some of you are going, oh, no, no, math formulas. The formulas are there. Once you understand them, they're not that complicated. All right, so we're going to go into this. Remember, this is just a quick overview. I'm not going to cover everything. Read the book, easy eating, reading book. Author did an excellent job. There's some sites, some videos you can look at. Remember, this is going to be part of our discussion. But a lot of the stuff you're thinking up your own business. You're already coming up with some ideas of what kind of business venture now. Where am I going to locate it at? You guys are way out here. In business, I'm a practitioner. I'm bringing you down to reality. I know you want to be the biggest business in the world. How do I start off a small business and then I grow and understand the customers, understand my product line, get my suppliers on board, and then I am the biggest business because I am the best. Okay? All right, so let's go into here. I'm going to make this a little bit larger. I'm going to try to keep this under a half an hour. Remember, because you had the book, this is just a refresher, something like that. Let me go at 200. I know some are complaining they can't see. All right. Remember, my picture's always in here. You can always stop me. I don't edit any of my work, so what you get is what you get. So move me along, slow me down, turn down my volume. Some student, utilize my concept lamps. Are available on Blackboard. I give them out in the classroom, or those online or blended. You could print them out. I give you the first tier, add to them. It's something to follow along. I also can provide you the students' PowerPoints, the book. I give you everything. And remember, but I keep on stressing it. Make sure you're looking at this as I am going to business owner. I am going to be a seller. I'm going to be selling my merchandise. I want to understand the logistic. So I have to understand the culture or the different businesses and who their customers are and who their trading partners are. So I know what my cost is, what products will service them adequately so they come back to me. And as they grow, they keep on coming back to me. Okay. Location, location, location. Can I hit location? Remember, when you look at location, you look at a population, transportation, how easy it is to get to it. If I'm in the city, bus transportation is out there. If I'm downtown Chicago, a lot of people take Uber or they walk. So it's in the area, but you have a lot of people in a concentrated area, so it means different. You're looking at parking availability. Downtown, a nightmare. It's not that the parking facilities get that money. It's taxes on taxes on taxes. If I'm driving for the company picks up. If it's my own, oh my goodness, or I take the train. The length of agreement, any kind of restriction. All that has to do, could I open up the business that I want, and that is it zoned properly for that? Is it a city? Do I need a license? All this has to be how long are the regulations, how long before going there. All that is part of your consideration when you're trying to find your location. Hopefully you have it. The biggest thing you're looking at, don't worry about the competition right now. My customer base there? Are my distributors there? Competition, I could always work around there. Got a better product, better sale, better message. I could get them to come to me and hopefully stay with me. Okay, so now you're choosing the store location. You look at the geographic trading areas, and basically that's why, in terms of residents and retails around there, we're doing this visually, and Google Maps could help you out, or you could print it out and just put little pins in there. The old manual still works, or you could buy the software if you have the luxury or the extra cash flow available. Some businesses do, or somebody you might already had that service, or you could lease the software out. Determine whether to as an isolated store or plain shopping. Are you standing alone where they come to you, or you're plain shopping? Plain shopping means people are already in the area and they'll stop by there. Okay, select the location type and then analyze alternative sites. Always look at don't just pick one site. Look at the one, two. Sometimes if you're moving out someplace, you look at different sites and you have the pluses and negatives. Later on, we're going to be talking about the SWOT, strength, weakness, and opportunity of an area. We're going to be working on this. You're going to be, this is good, okay? So remember your business. You're going to have to give me some of this information. Okay, now your analysis. You're looking at economic basis. Could you afford, if you're high end, you want to be in a higher end economic area where people could afford it, maybe 50,000 or more, or maybe 150, depends what you're selling. Population characteristics, what are their buying patterns? Are they more going to the malls? Are they more online, like we talked before, last chapter, catalog, online, web? They're all doing that, but I want those walk-ins, okay? And competition and level of saturation. How many are there in one area? Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad, okay? Now, you don't want to have like 5 hot dog stands all next to each other. Come on, it's still a hot dog. You're going to eat each other up. Just joking. Okay, benefits of a trading. Discovery. People like to come out, find different areas. Look at the opportunity that you could find. View media coverage pattern. See which one's always in the news, for good or positive. It's always negative. Another crime rave here. Another crime. Ooh, shit, I don't want to open up there. People are going to associate the crime and forget about the business and think you're a high-risk area. Or here's a good thing. Look at this area. Look how friendly it is. Look how nature's out there. Something that has a positive spin. Look at how many tourists. That's kind of an area you could, you know what, there's people already coming in there. Assessment, okay, and discover the number of outlets. If you're going to be having more than one outlet, how many do you want to open up? And we had a class in the finance class I had, and they talk about mattress firms. They're all over. Too many. Walgreens, they're like rabbits everywhere. You're saturated. How many Walgreens you want to go to? But they have enough people to keep them going. Some on the busy streets, some in the small streets. You know, some like the crowd, some like on the way home. So it works well for them, but overall, are they being very effective? Okay? And review of other issues, okay, and then you got the figure that basically just shows you you want to be, if you find your ideal intersection, you open it up here, there's a majority of my individuals. Let me discuss that in class. Okay, now you have the same software that finds the demographic, the population, and here's a different software. And the author, when you look in here to give you the link, go in there, excellent. You can find out, okay, I want the age, I want the demographics, and you'll also plot it for you with Google Maps, or you have other software, could be very specific, maybe some kind of lifestyle, how many stores are in there. And once you see that, if you're not even, look, you don't have to be a rocket scientist. I use that on my GPS in my car, so I want to go find a restaurant. They all pop up. How many restaurants you have? I'm going to open up here. I'm like, goodness, I'm saturated with stuff. How many people are here? That information, before you open up, you're looking for that information. If you're moving on, how close are to the entertainment? If you're younger, if you're older, you got kids. How close to what's the best school district? What's my transportation? How do I get to work? Am I local? Do I got to drive too much on the two-way street before I get into the main arteries? What's the snow route that you have? All that information is going through our mind. Okay. Okay, so now you have retail trade visualization. This is YouTube. I'm not going to go through it. This is another one, and they break it down to when we get into this graph. Remember this area that we were looking at? I forgot where it's at. There's an area where you want to open up. Here's what you're looking at. You're looking at is 50%. Again, we're going to have there's a figure here. Let me go with this one here. Remember, here's your primary, your secondary, and your fringe. Here's your customer. If you have a lot of customers already in the fringe area, that's where you might want to open up your store. That's where you get the zip code information. If all my customers are here, but no competition, excellent. But if I got a lot of competition customers, maybe you'll want to come here. Because if I come out here, this is really saturated. A lot of people, a lot of traffic. These people in this primary area may willing, even though they're living here, willing to come out here. You have to look at the intuition. You have to go to those sites. You have to see what's going on. You go in there and you see if people are happy or not. Okay? So you got that. Okay, now you mix at your planning center, and again, there's a thing. Don't want to be in a whole bunch of stores where people walk around. If I'm that area, if I'm back in here and people come in here to the center, they may never come to my store. Try to always look at something that's going to say we're next to the restaurant. We're next to something else, so people say, I'm right at the restaurant. Maybe I'll come in and check George's out. But look, the main area in here, big money. You got to pay money. You open up your little boutique, come up here. There are people who like to walk and get out of the main drag. Remember, you can attract those individuals. You just have to let them know you're there. Just a little more marketing. Okay, now destination versus parasite store. If I'm looking at destination store, it's a store where I'm actually going. I'm going to Target. I'm going to the coffee shop. I'm going to the gyro's place. It doesn't make a difference what store. Remember, even though I have a lot of fashion merchandising and disciplined individual in my class, but I have other people that are entrepreneurs, open up a store. Still, you have to look at this location, where I'm going to be located at. Okay, they generate trading areas such as larger competitors. Hang on a second. I had my music going on. Yeah, come on, I got to think. We're live, all right? Okay, Dunkin' Donuts is a worth a trip. Now, Parasite Store, their stores are basically there. I'm already in there and say, okay, here's my newspaper store. I'm already there. I could buy something else. I'm not driving to that area, but I'm already there. I said, maybe I come over here and get a cup of coffee. I'm already here. Maybe I'll stop at the pet shop. Or maybe I'm directly going to the pet shop. So some stores that are destination stores could be a parasite store to me if it has no importance to me, but I'm in the area, I'm going to kill some time. I may walk in there or something in there. But they're there in the airport. They're all over those parasite stores. Buy a pop here, buy this, buy some trinkets here. Yeah, not like I'm going on my way. I'm already there. Let me look at it. Okay. Now, trading areas and store types. When we look at this, is from smaller to larger. Here it is. You know, so you got department, supermarkets, apparel, gift stores, and convenience. Smaller stores from the largest. But sometimes what they found out, like people like the Super Target or Super Walmart, whatever. A lot of people either go to one side or the other. I mean, if I'm buying a tire, I don't want it with my grocery, though I could do it. So some superstores are all right, but you still find out people go just to the hardware section or the general merchandising, and then they'll go to like the food. Sometimes they may pick up one or two, but they have a main destination. So it has its pluses, it has its negative. It's large. You can't in and out. That's where convenience stores just want to pop in and out. I'm going. Okay. Delineating trading areas for existing stores. All this is basically doing is how do I break it down? So some information I have once I open up, it's kind of nice. If you're buying an existing store, you can get that information from if he or she is willing to share you some of that information, like your credit card history, and some of that you should geographic, so you see your customers, so you can learn. A new store, you're taking a gamble. You're doing like performing when you're doing accounting. Those you will take accounting. If you're going to open up your business, don't freak out at accounting. Take QuickBooks, real easy. It's a program for dummies, and I don't want to say dummies. Well, it's a program for those who may not be intuitive enough to understand the full accounting principles that is provided by Harper College and the accounting department to bring you up to the next level to understand your cash flow and your balance sheet. In other words, it basically does everything for me. I put the numbers in, it does the reports, it sends out bills, and then after a while I'll learn it in a smaller version, and then as my business grows, then I go into the more complicated peach tree that you understand the full account. You still understand the principle, but you don't have to get all tied up in how to do the detail because the softwares and everything else and the point of purchases we talked about last time is already taking data and already dividing it for you. It's already all set up with the rationale, everything in the software. Makes it easy, okay? So remember, secondary data we talked before, primary data is you're looking for your traffic flow, demographics, and just your gut feelings, the rest of the individuals that are working the store. In the classroom, I always ask other people, where do you work at? I ask them, how many, what's your busy customers? How much are you selling? How much you sell a suit for? And you'd be surprised how they stop for a second, and then you think about it, and he says, I know a lot of this stuff. Knows I got to be careful with my wording because I'm recording. But you're right, you do know a lot of stuff. All I'm doing is saying, look what you know, and now how do I use this information that I see every day? But now I plot it out, I plan it out, I look at it, and now I can make some good decisions on where to open up. Okay, if I'm not sure, I go to that area and see how busy it is all the time. I said, man, okay, this is the area. It's not busy at nighttime. But nighttime, a lot of people. But this store's closed. I wonder why. Maybe not enough business. But maybe I could sell something else to them and bring them in at nighttime. So now I don't look at them competitor now, but before they know it, I got all their customers because they're shopping with me. Okay, so you've got that. Okay, now you look at analog, regression, and gravity models. All these here is analog is simplest. You compare one store to the other, or you compare different markets, and you're looking, okay, here's the demographic, here's the sale, very general information. Doesn't tell me you're going to be successful, just general. Okay, the regression models looks at the population, looks at the average income, expected market size and population, and choose some of the models for the math. We'll show you later on. It basically will say, here's a better area than this, and it will give you some probability, give you some information that has comparable that you could see. Oh, okay, I could see. Doesn't mean you're gonna be successful, but it gives you a little more information, a little more back. And hey, I have a higher probability of being successful in this area versus this area. I could probably be successful. I got to work a little harder. This area, it may just be easier. This area is really riskier. Okay, but that's the only area I could open up. But I got to charge more. But I got the customers that I'm looking for. All this is all you're taking in your mind before you actually look. Say yes, I want that location there. Once you sign that 2-year lease, you're stuck there. Come on, make the best of it. Make sure you do your homework so you know you're at the right place and what you could afford. Sometimes in the areas it may not be the right place, but that's all you could afford. You could work with it. Remember, you're going to learn this in this class with myself or other consultants or other instructors. How do I make it work? You just got to find that niche. You got to somehow bring people into your store. Once you find out what connects them, you will have it. Trust me. Okay. All right, and then you got the gravity model. Look at distance and shopping selection given any locations. Okay, now here's the math. I'm not going to go into that. We looked at the math, and here's the formulas for it. The author did a nice job. In this class here, in a business, if you're taking me for entrepreneur, you're taking me for accounting, you're taking me for finance, we will go into this. Right now, it's just for your information. Okay, and then you're comparing multiple sites. Again, here's a quick YouTube that looks at it, and then you have Hustle. Again, you've got the laws, you've got the information. I'm not going to go into that, and it has everything you want. This one here is just a chart looking at two different populations and which one would make sense. They're pretty darn close when you really look at it, but I mean, what are you looking for? Are you looking for more employees? Are you looking for a population growth? This one's going down faster, this one isn't. You know what I mean? So you have to make those determinations. You're looking in the future. You open up your business. You want to at least be successful to 2 to 3, 5 years in that location. Hopefully, you don't want to move. You're hoping that area is going to be growing. If you see the area declining, you're looking for another location. You got to keep on moving. You got to reestablish yourself. You got to bring in new customers. You got to put. Sometimes that's good. You have enough, but you have one. Here's the original one. Here's the new one addressing this market, and you help each other. So what I don't sell here, I give it over here, or this is my trendier, up year one. If it doesn't go, then I send it down to my not so trendy. Okay, I love all customers. Remember, I don't look at one customer or the other. Everyone's got to serve a customer. You just got to figure out that customer. If I serve him, how can I make a profit? He or she's satisfied for the service and goods I'm providing. I'm in a location that makes sense. I have very little competition, so it's okay. I'm not making as much, but I don't have to always upkeep with the Joneses or the Smiths or whoever, the Mochockis. All right, I just throw that in there. So you got that. Now this one here is pretty interesting. When I'm looking at this trading area saturation, so I'm looking at this underscored. Few stores selling specific good. The service, understored. That's a good area. Not too much competition. Overstored. There's too many stores around. You can still do it. Saturated. Just even. Enough thing. I can make it honest buck, but I can't make that much because there's other competitors. If I go too high to go to my competition. Measure saturation based on area that could support more than one. That's what you're looking for, and these ratios help you. Okay, so that's the whole thing on the saturation. Look, we're going to be talking about location. We're going to be talking about site selection. Right now, you're just finding out, is this the area I want to go in? Is there enough of my customer base that could get me started? And if there are other demographics that are similar that I feel that I could tap in after I get my core customer, my niche, that I could go to that next group and I could grow in that area, either expand or go to another area. That area, if it's not no more growth, but it still could maintain the my inventory, still could maintain a profitability for me. Why grow? Some areas they can't grow. It's saturated. There's so much room. You know what I'm talking? Afterwards, you got enough houses. You're not gonna get any more people. What the heck? You're there, but you can still maintain it. Okay, and then you look out, or do you want to, the expansion? And then we'll talk about franchisee, corporation, S corporation, small businesses, different ways of expanding your business. Okay, so we have everything else. So let me go back in here, and I'm going to bring this in, expand it back to one, and I'll bring the view back into, so I could do a good summarization. And I bring the view to fit the map. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have everything in here. We covered everything else. This is just part of your research to open up a business, or you're working for somebody and you want to expand, or you're in an area and say, hey, George, this area is going down. The neighborhood's changing, or it's becoming more industrial. My products don't sell anymore. They're looking for this type of stuff. Maybe a shoe store, someone else is coming in because the market's changing. Technology, or somebody else is selling my product. Let's move out. So move out. Do I change my whole new brand and stay, in the store and brand myself, or do I find another location? I still had to do the research, and then I do the cost analysis to see how much, what is the probability, what's the risk, what's the potential of growth, and there we go. Or I sell and I say I'm out of the business. Those are options. All right. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is retail merchandising or retail management, and running a store. Find the selection of a store, and remember, this is going to be part of your paper. And this is Chapter 9, Training Area Analysis. You're looking at competition, your population, everything else, your warehousing, so you're in the right area that you can minimize your logistic costs and you have enough of a customer base. And how many minutes do I have here? 22 minutes. I'm getting better. Remember, just an overview. Everything's in the book. Read it, do well, and I'll see you in class. And it's just a little thing. Don't let it freak you out with all the math and everything else. The software that does that is off. Right now, it's just your common sense. You could look around, drive around, I could tell whether the area is going to go or not. And then with the other data, just gives me that stuff that I don't see. Remember, it's all the numbers. I see all the buildings, but I don't see the people. So it substantiates what my intuitive critical analysis is of the situation. I think this is a good area to open up. I look at the area, I walk around, and I pretend I'm the customer in that area and see what I need. And if there's more of that, do some surveys, do some sampling, talk to other businesses, go to the chamber. I'm getting information, I'm analyzing, I plot it on the board, and then I say, yep, this is it. But I got different locations. Don't just get stuck with one. It sounds the best. You have to look at different locations, and then now you have something to compare, and then it'll come out in your mind. Right now they all look good, but it'll pop up. Well, man, this is it. I just feel this one's stronger for this and this reason. As you're evaluating, your subconscious will help you along. All right, so enjoy you, and I'll see you in the classroom or on the discussion board or on campus, wherever. Goodbye.